2 of the National Football League. And this one features Josh Jacobs. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Packers and the Falcons, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in week 1. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now, he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Love. Comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Counter play with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, Love. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now throw there by Long, pulled in by Reed. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And it's a Packers touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Bringing them out, a guy who's top 30 all-time in yards and touchdowns. Not bad for a 4th-round pick back in 2012. Captain Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a 4th-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open,
and now the rookie's free. How about this? And he takes it all the way down to the 22. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 62 yards on the ground. Great run, and some people question, do you take a running back as high as they took him? That helps to answer it right there.
You hear that all the time, don't you? Don't get a running back that high. You can get the same production later on in the draft. But I've always been of the opinion, when you have a guy as talented as this one, you better go get him and put him to work.
He has a chance to be elite.
What's that?
Play fake. Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Cousins now. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. You look at this Packers defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Stays on his feet. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate, but the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
23 yards on the play.
On the ready.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Play fake. Here's Love. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Dillon is in. Touchdown, Packers. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The throw taken in by Sims. And he is going to have the Packers 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
1st down, Packers.
In motion right goes Reed. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
To throw now, here's Love. A short throw to Musgrave. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
2nd and 10. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Love, they go play action now. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Running the toss here to Jacobs. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Packers. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. Now McManus for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll look to set up his blockers. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
On the set.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Love. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
On play action. Love to throw. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. Jahmyr Gibbs, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Zay Flowers, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. DJ Moore, a touchdown reception. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0, but who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Cousins now from the 50. He short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Cousins. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play action this time with Love. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's a handoff to Jacobs.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's 2nd and 3.
Fight, 60. Ready?
Here's Love.
And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Come on, set. Shot.
Try to run for it with Jacobs.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll roll him out right. Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown!
Romeo Doubs.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
A quick throw outlined to Mooney.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taken in at the 22.
Holding. Receiving team.
Oh, man, can't do that.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Here we go.
First down, Packers.
Let's go.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
22 needle. Blue strike. Set.
Love looking to throw it. That's complete to Dobbs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 30. A good pickup there at 22. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw there complete to Mooney. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Cousins. There's Mooney with another catch. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A gain of 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
35-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. And complete to Drake London. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off the play fake, Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 131 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
A.J. Terrell on the coverage.
Jackrabbit.
They go with Jacobs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
First down. Off
the play fake, Love. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. From 21 yards away. And the Packers are on their way to a 2-0 start. McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Cousins. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On second down, Cousins again. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Then the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. Down the left sideline. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Jacobs. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Ready.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we... They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Ready.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. Give him 2 on the run. They need a lot more than that coming up here on third down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Striker. 3-3. Ready.
Third and long for Love. Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Drake London. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Koo, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And this will be a Packers first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Packers.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Set. Ready.
Now 2nd and 3.
Hut, hut.
They run it with Jacobs. And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets them to about the 44. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Packers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.